I feel sort of like the young man saying, well, I obey all the laws, what should I do? And I hear you saying, well, probably we should just do what we do and do it as best we can and have a belief in a positive future. Is there more to what ought we do now?
Very good question. I'll tell you the best answer that I've come up with, that I've applied to myself, is the first thing is I ask myself, am I completely satisfied that I am acting up to my best? Am I doing that which is most creative contribution I can make to the world? If the answer is yes, you're fine. But if the answer is not quite, there is more that I can do, then the second step is to say, what more do I want to do? And I have a set of exercises I call the compass of joy. And I let myself feel myself doing something more, not as some kind of duty or obligation or thing, but as some kind of growth experience. And in my own case, I had 5 children. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, but I knew there was something more I wanted to do. And I began to ask. And for me, the compass of joy kept going to communicate. I'm a speaker. When I'm talking like this, I really feel good. I love it. So I started to speak a little bit. And then I thought, well, I've got to meet somebody else, because I can't be in this vacuum of my only person trying to do this. This was back in 1966, 67. So I started, and I was one of the early networkers. Once you've identified that more what you want to do, you find, is there anybody else who wants to do that, or is already doing it? And the beauty of now, as contrasted to the early 60s, is there's a network of interested people for absolutely everything new that you might think of. In consciousness, in health, in community, in space, and you go find your brothers and sisters who are at the growing edge of their own capacities. And then you go to conferences, and you support each other, and you make friends, and you start bonding, something like you and I have begun to do. And then you find that networks of different types are interacting. And occasionally you get at a nodal point where lots of different people, all of whom are trying new things, are interacting with each other. And that's when you get the hint of the transformation as being real. Because you are buoyed up by the energy of countless others, all of whom as individuals are real nothing. And this phenomenon of networking is massive. Millions and millions and millions of people. In fact, Daniel Yankelevich, in his book New Rules, says he thinks some 80% of the adult American population is experimenting with some greater form of creativity and self-fulfillment. What's not happening is our mass media is not picking it up. Our mass media is picking up sex and violence and putting us to sleep. My own step, just along these lines, is I've decided that I want to have a television show in which I will every week put forward ideas of potentials and bring on people who themselves are taking steps to help others who are out there who may never have had the advantage of seeing someone else do it, know they can do it. And also to give them, it's a self-help television show idea, to say, well, if you want to get this book, or you can find a local organization, or you can do this, that, and the other. So the answer is, find out your creativity, take the risk to do more and meet others doing the same, and your life will lift off. It'll be fun too.
Well, in our daily aspirations and everything, do you think that the policy of the law of karma is a more moralistic understanding?
Say that again?
The law of karma.
The law of karma.
Karma, yeah.
Do I think it's a what?
That is, it's a better moralistical road to take.
I don't know that I fully understand karma, but I've come to realize in my own life that I am responsible for everything that happens to me. I am responsible not only for my acts, but my thoughts. And when I have a thought that creates a negativity in me, I know it's creating a negativity out there. And so I've accepted the doctrine for myself. I have not been able to go so far as to see someone suffering or see a child born blind and say that's karma. Now there are people who go that far with it. I can't. But I must admit that whenever I make a mistake, I know, I did it. And it's a wonderful state of being because I no longer feel a victim. I'm responsible. I'm responsible for everything that happens to me and in that world, even when it seems to come from the outside. I take it as a lesson, I ask why, and I learn.